Hi, my name is Jodi Brown, and this is my first time going on YouTube. I was really hoping that I could interview someone. Uh, I still haven't lost hope yet, but I keep running into the same problem. Uh, People are afraid they're going to get in trouble. They're afraid by speaking up and speaking out and telling the truth. They're afraid that it might come back in some way or another and get them in trouble with the Nova Scotia government. Um, I wanted to show you some of the conditions of public housing in the Halifax area. I wanted to show you mold and mice and rats. Simple maintenance issues like homes not being painted for 18 years. Some of the homes I've been in, it was sad. I asked one lady, I said, why haven't you said anything? I said, nobody's been in your home in 18 years. Your walls haven't been painted. You need new floors. Why haven't you said anything? And her reply was, I don't want any trouble. She was nice. She was sweet. And 18 years they haven't been in her home. And they get all shy and nervous and they don't think they deserve better. So I really, really hope that I can get out and show all that. My story is I got sick 6 years ago, almost 7 now. And slowly I went through a roller coaster ride and I ended up on social assistance. I lost my career and I ended up on social assistance. I had $56 a month for groceries for me and my 2 children. I had my total income for the month was $306. I had no idea that this was happening. I didn't know it was possible. $306 is not a lot of money. That gave me a budget of $56 a month for groceries. We got sick. My daughter got the stomach flu, and then my son got it, and then I got it. So that month, my budget for washing clothes was I can't remember now. It was either it was between $50 and $70. My budget was. So I went over my budget on my laundry that month because we were all sick. So where does that money come from? That I didn't pay my hydro bill. What else am I supposed to do? I spent a lot of time by myself. I didn't have any cable. I didn't have internet. I spent some time at the library. I used to go back and forth to the library just to go on Facebook and just to check in with people to see what was going on. It was crazy. I wouldn't wish this on anybody. If I had a worse enemy, if I had an enemy, I wouldn't. My worst enemy, I wouldn't wish it on them. So I had $306 a month, which is not possible to live off. And so I was fighting hard. I was calling the government. I was calling people, and so I finally got into public housing. It was last January. Huge winter storm. The weather was beautiful all week, and the day that I'm moving, huge winter storm. And so I get into the house, and I didn't actually gain that much money. I only gained an additional $46. So now I went from $306. Now I have an additional $46 because I moved into public housing. I've gained a little bit of money on my rent. The home they moved me in, within a couple of days, I could smell cat urine. And after the cat urine, there was mice. And there was a smell of dead mice, decaying mice in the walls. Then I had birds in the attic, and then I had water leaks. And when they tore the wall out, they found mold. And so this started at the beginning of February. So this has gone on for a couple of months now. Come the spring, still nothing happening. So they start ripping open the walls. And the contractors, they came in one day, and I said, I'm still smelling that smell. I said, I don't know if it's the mice, decaying mice. I said, I'm not quite sure what I'm smelling now, but I still smell something disgusting. And the contractor said, it's dog urine that you're smelling. The previous tenant, she had a few cats, and they sprayed the walls. And she had a pit bull. And I was told by neighbors and people around the area that the pit bull was 2 years old, and she didn't let the dog out a lot. So the pit bull did his business in the house. So that's what I was smelling. I was smelling dog urine. They moved me into in the house January, and they didn't move me out until August. I spent 8 months in that home, telling people that it wasn't fit. I woke up some mornings. I thought I was going crazy. I would smell this this horrible smell, and I couldn't understand why they would put me there. Why they would put my children through this. I didn't do anything wrong. I got sick, and this is what happened to me. I was living in a home with cat urine, dog urine, mice, mold. I fought really, really hard. I was very vocal. At the beginning, I didn't go to the public at the beginning. I was making phone call after phone call after phone call, trying to get help, trying to figure things out, and the Nova Scotia government ignored me. So eventually I went to Twitter. I took a social media platform, and then the media caught on, and from there I started hearing more stories, and I started talking to more people, and realizing that this issue is widespread across Nova Scotia, and I wanna shed some light on it. I wanna show the general public that we're not doing enough. We're not doing enough for our people. Charity begins at home. How can you spend $250,000 on a Christmas tree when you have children starving? You could buy 3 schooners by now with the mismanagement of the money spent on the Blue Nose. The food bank usage in Halifax last year went up 49%. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Refugees. I am all for the refugees coming. Please come. Please come to a safe country. Build a home for your family and feel safe. I am not against that. So please, before I start talking about it, I don't want anyone to misunderstand this. But refugees come to Canada. They come to Halifax, and they're put into homes, and they're put into homes that are not suitable for human consumption. The government are placing them in homes with bed bugs, mice, mold, all the stuff that I spoke about. And what's happening is the community is stepping up. The individuals, the businesses are stepping up now. So now the business is coming in, they're being the hero, and they're going to take this family and they're going to put them in a clean home, which I think is awesome. It's great now that, somebody's stepped up and they're going to help them. But what about the lady that's been living in public housing for the last 30 years and has been dealing with bed bugs? And it's not her bed bugs, it's not her issue, it's her neighbors. What about the men? It's not just ladies. What about the men? What about the children? What about all these people that have been born and raised in Nova Scotia and going through that poverty cycle? Where's the help for them? You just took people into a country, and you didn't have anything suitable for them. You place them in homes that you shouldn't have, and now people have to step up and take care of it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Um, I really, really, really hope that other people will step up and share their story with me. I really, really hope. I want to show that what's happening is not right. Um, it's criminal. One word to describe the Nova Scotia government, and it would be criminal. Um, anyway, I'm not going to stop. I'm gonna keep doing, and I'm gonna keep learning. I'm gonna keep learning as much as I can, and I'm gonna try to put everything together, and I'm gonna try to help as many people as I can. That's my goal. Clean, safe homes. Food and shelter are our basic rights. We shouldn't have to fight so hard. We shouldn't have to embarrass ourselves. We shouldn't have to go onto social media or the media or or go into our MLA's office or call. We shouldn't have to do that every day. Like, it should be a lot easier. This changed me. This changed a lot of people, actually. This has affected my family. When something like this happens, it doesn't just affect the person that it's happening to. It affects a lot of people. I'm not going to stop. I want change, and I'm going to do it. Thank you.